video.
And we're live.
Here we are.
Welcome to the worst talk show. I think I sang that last week too, and it was kind of no bueno. I don't know if
no singing for you?
Singing. Well,
what if I sang it?
Listen, you are...
Welcome to the worst talk show. The worst talk show you'll ever see.
Hey, Chef Sean checking in on the old Instagram.
Doing? Good to see you.
Happy you're here. We are very late tonight.
Yes, we just ate some food.
Micah bologna, that's no bologna.
And we didn't eat bologna, but I kind of wish we did in a way.
So I keep forgetting that we've moved the show to Fridays, and I wanted to do some self-care this weekend.
Show them.
And I had an amazing
look at those.
gift certificate that my girl Caroline gave to me from my favorite nail salon, Vicky Salapande. So I did my nails. I did a mani-pedi. It started at 5:30, and it literally ended like 20 minutes ago. So sorry that we're late. But it's red sparklies. I don't usually do such
sparkly, but it looks like it's made out of candy apple.
Well, maybe
it is candy apple sparkle red.
Maybe you could eat them later. Vicky, I have to give you a huge shout out, by the way. If I don't know if you heard me last week, but the whole reason I did that whole thing buying the belly merch, well, part of it was because I wanted to support my band, especially since they couldn't get off the old Spotify. But the particular law firm shirt with the, Greenwood, Donnelly, Gorman and Gorman, was definitely inspired by Vicky. So, thank you.
Nice.
Vicky,
is that Eric Lightbody joining us?
Great. What?
Hello, sir.
What? What was the name of the band we saw that opened for Living Color? Mammothor. Is that what they're called? Mammothor forever.
I can't believe you remember that.
So we went to go see Living Color at some really trashy club in Manchester, New Hampshire. Manchester. And we're waiting for Living Color to come out, and we were with Eric as well as Jim Murray, and there were a bunch of people with us. I think Sarah was there.
Yes, Sarah was there.
And so this band opened up, and they were called Mammothor, and it was just all kinds of bad and hilarious, and we just did not stop laughing the entire time.
Look, it's okay if you're like not taking yourself seriously.
Well, with a name like Mammothor, you'd think they were like Gwar-esque.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing about Gwar is they're in on the joke. It's their joke. Yeah. Welcome to their joke.
Yeah. Smitty's here, and he's loving my hair. This is kind of a new thing for me, so thank you. I actually, kind of, made myself presentable a little.
Mike Maloney, they rocked our faces off.
Yeah, Living Color is no joke. They're always a good time. They're always great. Vernon Reid. I mean,
Corin, is that Corin Ashley? Who is that?
That is not... No, that's Corin O'Neill.
Oh, the other.
Corin O'Neill Mitchell. Thank you very much. But she... hello, Corin. Good to see you. She's my fellow Wordle compatriot. Is that the right word?
Oh, Wordle. Don't get me started.
So I went on Wordle today. I said Mitchell. Come, cool your jets there, kid.
I can barely see that, all right?
I've known you since you were an O'Neill, though. What were we just talking about?
Can we just cut to the chase?
Yes.
This week.
In
Wordle. Okay.
It's now officially on the New York Times when you go on there.
I've never lost. Okay?
Yeah.
Like many people, I would imagine.
Oh.
Okay? I've never lost. I had never taken 6 to do one. Okay? This week, I got one in 2 tries. So it was the first line, and I got it in the second try.
Meanwhile, I lost my first Wordle game ever this week.
And then, 2 days later, I took 6 to get it. That was
who's the only member of the household that has lost completely? That's me. Yeah. So there you go. Vicky says, I made myself go to Whole Foods tonight to avoid the sports ball madness. Is there already madness in the greater Boston area Friday night?
Yeah, Whole Foods... Are they really into the Super Bowl?
No. At least that is a good place to escape. Yeah, absolutely. Understood. Not a good place to go with an impending snowstorm, which is what happened last weekend.
Yeah.
Whole Foods was a nightmare. So we have a lot of stuff to talk about. I want to immediately jump into Yellowjackets. Again, Vicky recommended that. Also, Belly is in the soundtrack.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
Yellowjackets is about a girls' high school soccer team. They get on a plane to go to a championship, and the plane crashes, and they are surviving in the northwest.
So they're
woods.
in the Andes.
No, they're not in the Andes.
Oh, okay.
It's not that soccer.
And
team.
do they freeze and then they eat their friends and? Oh, that's a different.
I
show.
wouldn't say that somebody doesn't freeze, but they're on their way to Seattle, so they're in the woods of Washington somewhere.
It's pronounced Seattle.
Seattle. It takes place in the 90s. The music is superb, and it's when you think it's going to zig, it zags. Juliette Lewis is in it. Christina Ricci. It's crazy. It's weird, and it's super fun. And our good friend Jen Malone is one of the music supervisors on it, so that's cool too. Vicky says you can't really hear it, but throwing music is in the first episode. Oh, interesting. I did not hear that. I love that the Belly song was in the mushroom scene where they're all accidentally tripping on mushrooms. That was pretty good. I mean, of all the songs for Belly, Geppetto with everybody high on mushrooms, I loved it. The Canadian wilderness. So they've gone past the state of Washington at that point.
It's pronounced Canadian.
Are you going to do that all night?
It's pronounced Nigget.
Oh my God. Single drunk female. Nikki T. Nicole Tomorrow was on me like white on rice. You got to check out this show.
I was offended there for her for a second there.
And
I was like, whoa.
I wasn't sure.
I never.
Anybody that knows me personally knows that, stuff like that is usually pretty triggering to me. I have a lot of, alcoholics in recovery, not in recovery in my life. But after the first episode, no more triggers, really. And the first episode is just watching her, be very drunk, but then she gets sober. And it's actually very clever. And the actress that plays her BFF, her name is Lily Mae Harrington. Does anybody out there know her? Because she's from the Cape. She's definitely from here, kid. You can tell by the accent. It's real. And I love her. She's my new favorite person on the earth. So if anybody actually knows her, awesome. Please tell her that we love her. Single drunk female. I think they're only on episode 4 or 5, and it's on Hulu.
From what I saw, she was pretty cool.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. Kid. Yellowjackets is on Showtime.
Most of the show is all you. Coda. Would you like to explain Coda to us?
Not yet. We want to talk about Fat Tuesdays.
Okay, there's one of the things that I've watched.
So Fat Tuesdays, I believe, is Amazon Prime, isn't it?
Well, now you've put me on the spot, haven't you?
We'll get back to you on where you can find that, but it's Fat with a PH. It's based on a night at the Comedy Store in the 90s that Guy Torrey started. All African-American comics. It was a Tuesday night, which was notoriously slow, and ended up keeping the Comedy Store afloat.
It actually turned out to be the top grossing night of the week for like a long time.
Yeah, and it's a fantastic documentary. Definitely check it out if you can.
They started in the small room?
They started out in the belly room. They started in the belly room, yeah.
It was selling out.
Yeah. It's a great documentary. J.B. Smoove is in it. Cedric the Entertainer. Tiffany Haddish. It's just, it's wonderful. Really highly recommend that. Fat Tuesdays.
Yeah, it was really good.
So I started watching a few of the Oscar-nominated movies since the nominations came out. And the first one was Coda. And one of the other reasons I wanted to watch Coda, because I think James Melanson is in it. And I don't know if he's on. I heard a dirty rumor. He's not on right now, but I haven't seen him. I watched the whole movie, but I was a little distracted. But I didn't see him. I'm assuming he's in, either he plays a fellow fisherman, or he's in like one of the townspeople things.
I swear to God.
What is wrong?
I thought you were going to say, I remember.
I
swear you were going to just say, I remember.
No. I am totally blissed out because I just spent an hour in a massage chair getting a pedicure. So
see the hard work
I
she
probably
goes through for you
seem
people.
a little like ooh, but I'm just.
And I'd love to take credit for it too. Yeah, taking care of my lady on Valentine's Day.
You did though. You came and picked me up at the nail salon, and you made dinner. So yeah, so far so good. Oh, also, Kendall is away on a ski trip. So we have the whole house to ourselves. We can run around naked and play like naked Twister, and nobody's going to go, ew!
I promise I won't, honey. Remember that time you called the cops on me?
Pepperidge Farm remembers. Thank you, Eric.
I remember.
So Coda is great. The premise is, and it's based on like I don't know if it's a French movie. It's a remake of a foreign film.
So it's the French version is Le Coda?
I had wrongly assumed it was based on a true story of people in this country. Not true, but it may be based on a true story. It's about a girl who's a very talented singer, and she comes from a family where everybody except her is deaf. The mother, the father, the brother, all deaf. And of course, Marlee Matlin plays the mother because she has to be the deaf person in every movie, I guess. I don't know. But the guy who plays her dad got nominated for an Academy Award, and he's amazing. And you will need some Kleenex for the end of this movie. It's a tearjerker, but not in a bad way. It's just a great little movie.
I told you, every movie I see now is a tearjerker.
Well, that's because...
Because I'm a tearing jerker.
Yeah, Dave is now becoming weepy at things that I have been notoriously weepy at our whole relationship, and he would make fun of me. He'd be like, are you crying?
I promised myself.
And now I'm just like, yes, I'm crying. And now I look over, and he's got the tear going on, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 thumbs up for Coda, for sure. And then I decided to watch Spencer, which is Kristen Stewart as Diana, Princess Diana, who was a Spencer.
Well, Robert Urich passed away. Who do they have play Spencer?
Wrong Spencer.
Oh.
I will say this is definitely an independent film. It's definitely a work of art. It's very trippy in places because the filmmakers are obviously trying to put the viewer in the mindset of Diana at that time. She had a very severe eating disorder. It's right before they announced the breakup. They were all at Christmas together. And she's just very manic. And so that's kind of how you're watching the movie kind of through her eyes. Unless she's with her boys. Every time she's with her boys, it's sort of bright and cheery, much like her life was. So, she's great. Kristen Stewart is great. I absolutely believed her as Lady Di. I didn't believe Nicole Kidman was Lucille Ball for a second. And that's the difference, I feel. We watched Being the Ricardos, and they're both nominated. And I'm kind of like, Javier Bardem did not need to be nominated for that.
And then, on the other hand, Lady Gaga got snubbed.
Yeah, Gaga got snubbed. The only thing House of Gucci got was best costume.
But I just thought to myself, what if Lady Gaga played Diana? She would be Lady Di.
Wow.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Did you think that one through?
No, I don't think anything through.
Can we talk? I feel weird because Sam Avola is not here, but we got to talk about Book of Boba Fett. He kind of trashed it, and I'm not.
No,
I get it.
I fully read what the end of his manifesto, and
Yeah, he did kind of have a manifesto there.
Yeah.
Listen, Boba Fett. The mystique about Boba Fett is what made Boba Fett Boba Fett. It's
right. Because
he had the least amount of screen time. He had the badass name and the badass armor.
Right.
And, he was like a throwback from Outlaw Josie Wales. Like, there was just so much going on there. He became such a huge character. So no matter what, when we finally got to really know Boba Fett, and we were probably going to be disappointed. And I think people are disappointed.
I think if you look at it like a fleshing out of the Mandalorian story.
It's absolutely.
It's really great.
And that's what it is. And listen, you can't tell a Mandalorian story without Boba Fett. We only know about Mandalore and Mandalorian because of Boba Fett. Like, it is part of the universe. Yeah. Like, it has to be there. So I'm pretty happy with it. The last 3 episodes were amazing.
Couple episodes.
The finale. Hey, Parker. Parker, stick around for a minute because we were talking about you last week, and I think you had already dropped off by that point. The finale for Book of Boba Fett is soup to nuts, like the greatest thing. It took the best parts of The Mandalorian. It blew away the last 2 Star Wars movies, like, hands down. Just that episode. It's great. And it's funny, somebody asked, did you write that episode? I said, I didn't write the episode because of the scooter gang. Because I never would have put the scooters in. No more with the scooters. Can we be done with the scooters, please? No more. It's just, they're clunky. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's so not necessary. But I was here, hey, Lewis Warren, and what did I say? I said Grogu is going to pick Mithril. He's going to pick the chain link shirt, and he's going to go back to Mando.
There it is.
He's not going to be a Jedi Master.
And ruin everything.
Whatever the hell else you want. So, very happy about that. Also, who knew that, what's-her-face, Candy with Strangers, such a huge part of the last few episodes.
Yeah, nice.
Why can't I think of her name?
Because you said Candy with Strangers.
I know, and it's funny because Nikki T was like, "What's this broad's name again?"
Oh,
and I'm like, that's it's Amy Sedaris, right?
No.
It's Sedaris.
Yeah, it's Amy Sedaris. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Anyway, I love her whole Ripley thing. I love all of it. It's not Amy Sedalia, Michael Maloney, but I'm sure that was just an autocorrect. It's Sedaris. Maddie Lambert, this is late. Oh shit, I didn't finish Boba Fett. I can't watch you guys. All right, sorry, Maddie. Apologies.
No, watch us, Maddie, please.
And I didn't know you were on. So, Sam Parker, you went off on like a huge string of compliments to Sam last week, but he had already dropped off.
Yeah.
So, he had a huge spread in LA Times, as we told you before.
The spread implies that there were pictures.
Yeah, there were pictures. There were a lot of pictures.
Oh my God. Was it just of huge mounds of...
Yeah, so
condiments,
Sam has now had multiple TikTok posts hit 1 million views. He's gone platinum like a bunch of times, and his stuff it is like performance art. He takes condiments and loads them on fast food, and it becomes art, and it's amazing and very cool.
It's crazy.
So Dave just wanted to give you your props, and I'm glad you stuck around for that. Sam, who's now in LA because he took a few weeks and was in Vegas.
22 million
22 million views he now has on TikTok. It's at Fast Food Legend. So if you have TikTok, go on there. Nikki T's texting right now.
She's a message.
And I can't message her back.
It's okay. She didn't know that there was
Somebody text Nikki and tell her we're live, because I can't do it right now.
Yeah,
and Parker says, thanks, Dave.
Dude, it's awesome. Good for you. Seriously.
So Parker has been reporting live from the Super Bowl LA front, and he went to a show last night at the artist formerly known as the Staples Center, which is now something.com. And Machine Gun Kelly was playing with Halsey, but they had this huge Doritos / Hot Cheetos thing where you could like eat whatever you wanted because it's a Super Bowl. And this brings me to the fact that
Sam, there's got to be some sort of Super Bowl related thing. I mean,
I want to know how much free stuff you're eating at this point based on the Super Bowl and downtown LA, or not downtown, but in the Staples Center area. The commercials for the Super Bowl have already, or at least they've teased pieces
Village.
of them. Doritos Village. You gotta love that. So Doritos and Flaming Cheetos have done a collab. And Megan Thee Stallion is one of the people in the commercials. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
With her.
If you don't know about the commercials yet, I'm just going to give you little specs here and there. Jim Carrey has brought back the cable guy for a spot, and it looks pretty great. Also, there's a big nod to the Big Lebowski. And Dr. Evil is back with Seth Green and Rob Lowe, all of them. Sam Pocker says, might pour sauce on the M&M Mom Spaghetti sandwich for Super Bowl. Very nice. So M&M has opened Mom Spaghetti in Detroit. And there's a pop-up in LA for the Super Bowl. Hey, Amy Prohaska. And you can get a spaghetti sandwich. So basically it's spaghetti with 2 pieces of white bread. And Sam had it last night and said it was great. Occasionally M&M will actually show up and be the one to hand you your food. But I don't think that's happening in LA. Although he is there because he's going to be on the halftime show. Here's the funny thing about them. They've been rehearsing the halftime show. It's Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige.
Sam's got to go. He says, Axel says, go Bengals.
All right.
That's
bye,
what I'm
Parker.
saying.
We love you. Mwah. So, it's Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, and, what's his face? Kendrick Lamar. And I'm sure there's going to be more. Big Daddy Kane was showing pictures from Vegas earlier, so I think he might be there. But because they didn't want to ruin the halftime surprise to anybody, outside the stadium while they were rehearsing, they were blaring Bon Jovi, which is like...
That'd drive anyone away.
Seriously, the second you heard that, you'd be running in the other direction. So I thought that was great. Lewis Warren, isn't there a Megan Thee Stallion BK meal? I believe there is. Maddie says he's pretty excited for the halftime show. I am very, very excited
Get
for the
in line,
show.
Maddie, because...
I gotta say, though, I'm going to be a little disappointed when they don't bring out Chuck D and Flavor Flav, because that's who I want to see.
We went on a little run.
Yeah, we've been heavily into the Public Enemy lately. It's been a thing.
They're the epitome.
Well, not only that, but we now have a heavy bag that we're hitting. And listen, Public Enemy and punching a heavy bag are like peanut butter and jelly. It's very cathartic, and it makes me very happy.
Speaking of catharsis,
yes.
what's Jimmy Gilbert up to?
Oh, so Jimmy Gilbert reached out, and he's actually booking the Cotuit Center. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Cotuit Center.
I bet your friend there from the Cape would know how to say it.
Down the Cape.
Cotuit.
So for anybody who is a musician or performer, he's doing talent buying and booking at Cotuit Center. Did I do it right?
Cotuit.
Cotuit Center for the Arts.
It's almost like you're sneezing.
And they still have some open dates. There are a few indoor options in May still available, as well as openings for their beautiful outdoor stage from June through September. So if you need, get in touch with Jimmy Gilbert. If you need his information to get in touch, just direct message me, and I'll let you go. So yeah, play down the Cape. They've got dates open. You can do it.
Of course, it is down the Cape.
Nothing wrong with that. So that's pretty much all we have for what to watch, but that's a good chunk there.
That's a lot.
And I don't want to talk about Book of Boba Fett anymore and spoil it for Maddie. No. That being said, I want to move on to things to listen to. I spent a good amount of time with the new Spoon record today, Lucifer on the Sofa. Fabulous. I'm very excited. There's a particular track. I love the track that is the official single.
Yeah.
But there's a song on there called Devil and Mr. Jones. And it's really good. Total rocker. Very excited. They released the release date for Obi-Wan is going to be May 25th. And why is that significant, Dave?
May 25th?
Yes. Why is that particular date significant for the new Obi-Wan television series premiering on Disney+?
A lot of people don't know it, but that's the date that Obi-Wan Kenobi was born on.
No. May 25th is the date that the original Star Wars A New Hope was released.
I was going to guess that, but I figured it was just too
because
obvious.
We assumed that they were just going to do it on May the 4th, but May the 25th is actually the thing, so there we go. Amy says, I need to get tickets for Spoon. Oh, don't we all, Amy? I mean,
We've
never
seen
a
them,
bad show.
And you know what? They were surprisingly good.
Hey, Mike Pingle joining on the Insta. The last time we saw Spoon, it was at whatever Harbor Lights is called now, and Jen Rada and John Brookhouse basically took us there, and I think we might still owe them money for the tickets, frankly. But we had the time of our lives, and we had the best seats ever. They were so great. Jen is here. Hello. Oh, Nikki T. I was on at 7:30. Now I'm at the can tab. Nikki, I'm sorry. I did post apologies profusely that we were going late tonight because I had a mani-pedi kid. I had to do some self-care and whatnot. The new Spoon record is great. We are halfway through the Urge Overkill record.
Now look at it. It was the funniest thing.
It's not that it's not good, but
the first song on it. Okay, the name of the album is Oui, as in O-U-I, which is yes in French, yes?
It's pronounced oui.
Oui? So, anyway, the first song, like, she's like, yeah, it's called Oui. And I'm listening to it, and I'm like, I'm starting to recognize the phrasing, and I'm like...
He's like, it's a cover!
I'm like, it's a cover, and then I heard a couple more phrases, and I'm like... That's George Michael. Like
they cover Freedom. They cover Wham! Freedom. And
the first song they do is Freedom.
Yeah.
And it's
but I'm curious, I don't think Denny White is on. And Amy, you might be able to answer this for me because I know you've heard the Urge Overkill record already, but who is singing besides Nash Cato? Is it Blackie or somebody else?
Because it almost sounds like Jay Mascis at one point.
It does, yeah. There's definitely some Jay sounding stuff going on there. Amy says, I saw Spoon with the replacements at Boston Calling, as did I. That was a great show. Great show.
I saw the replacements when they were good, kid.
We do have another local area song that was released this week. It is new music from Aaron Perino. We were talking about Jimmy Gilbert earlier from the Sheila Divine.
Oh, is it?
Aaron Perino has a new...
contractually obligated?
No. It's not like politics where we need to give both sides representation. Not like that at all.
Just so nobody punches anybody.
Oh, my Swampskit friend, Lisa. Hello. Yes, that's a Dennis question, Amy. Okay, fair enough. So Aaron Perino has new music out, and it's called, and I didn't write it down. He has a new name for his band. It's like Aaron and the Lord or something. I'll have to look it up and post it. But the song is called Heaven or Hyannis, and it features Tanya Donnelly. And yes, as you may have guessed, it's an homage to the Cocteau Twins.
Is it Heaven or Hyannis?
Heaven or Hyannis. It's good, though. I like it. So, I think it's called Aaron and the Lord.
Aaron and the Lord.
I'm sure I'm getting that wrong. It is Aaron and the Lord. Yay! Wow, I have been pulling out facts. Straight facts. I'm spitting straight facts. Usually I get everything
wrong. We'll wipe
wrong.
off the screen afterwards. Don't worry.
And that's kind of all I have, really, for the music
Listen,
part.
I got to put out something about food.
Oh, yeah, please
all right?
do.
Look. Trader Joe's.
Ooh, I just burped.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's really classy, hon. Anyhow, Trader Joe's, give it up! Okay? No more of this pesto-flavored chicken. Okay?
Yeah, we've.
All right, this is twice I gave you the chance.
Yeah, we've worn out the pesto chicken.
It ain't all that. You know why?
Because
it ain't Oaxacan mole.
You only get
chicken thighs.
You only get that in the summer, honey.
I don't want to hear about it.
So big game snacks. We're gonna do dips, but no crackers and no chips. We're gonna use veggies as the vehicle for the dips. Try to cut down a little bit.
And I'm gonna use a little bit of this.
Also, I just got the porco, which are the panko breadcrumbs made out of pork rinds. So I'm gonna make chicken meatballs and a tangy sauce.
Oh, tangy is it?
Yeah, because I like to get tangy. So, and we're going to do pot stickers, too. So that's what we've got on the menu for...
Oh, it'll get sticky, all right.
The Bull Day Super. Eric, it's his 25th wedding anniversary. 25 years, Eric! Good for you, kid. Good for you.
What, tonight?
I don't want to do anything for 25
Hey, listen.
years.
If tonight is his 25th wedding anniversary...
And he's watching
and you're watching
show,
us... how is it going, buddy?
Lewis Warren.
Romantic.
Lewis has a tip for crudité: light blanching, followed by shocking. Well, that does make the broccoli very pretty.
I find that shocking.
For sure. Amy says, may I recommend the crab rangoon dip from Aldi? Oh, I do love a good Aldi dip.
Aldi makes good stuff.
I do really. Maybe I'll go to Aldi's Sunday morning because that's when they put all the
Sunday
new stuff out.
morning?
Yeah, maybe.
Are you out of your mind?
Sunday is when all the new stuff shows up. So, but probably not because.
Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
Meatballs. All right, that's it.
That's our time.
We're done. Thank you guys as always. Hit up the Venmo tip jar if you have some extra cash, kid.
I say go Bengals.
Angie C. We're all gonna root for the Bengals
Go
because Johnny Fever, right? If for no other reason, and the fact that they haven't been in it since we were in middle school or high school.
Plus, that kid, the quarterback, Joe, kind of reminds you of Macaulay Culkin. So they were like, remember when he was left home alone? And then
that's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. So
all right, we love you guys. Toodle and ooh, and sorry
Bye,
again
everybody.
for being late.